What is up? It's your boy Cali, aka Mr. LDS, and today I'm bringing you the one and only, no, your one and only, Bobby V, joining the hot seat to bring in some insight on the OG network and a lot of other things that you guys probably didn't know about the man. Make sure y'all check out this video, like, subscribe. Let's hop into it.
What did you say, nigga?
Say something slick, you getting packed the fuck out. Homie, I'm about to black the fuck out.
What is up? It's your boy Cali, aka Mr. LDS, and today we got Bobby V on the channel, bringing everything he can to the hot seat. So I hope y'all ready. First question we're gonna ask, we're gonna jump right into it. Where are you from, and where does the name Bobby V come from?
All right. Well, first thing first, appreciate you inviting me onto the show, man. I watched the first episode with Kep. That was pretty entertaining. And real name is Robert Volio. That's kind of where it comes from. But obviously, Robert Bobby. Born and raised, and currently living in Philadelphia. Like actually Philadelphia, like South Philadelphia to be specific, not the suburbs, not like 90 minutes away. Where some people will ask you where you're from, and it's just easier to say Philadelphia because they wouldn't have a damn clue of where you're actually living from.
Right.
But Bobby V, it actually started like way back when in high school. It is unfortunately named after the very popular R&B artist of the early 2000s, Bobby Valentino himself. It just kind of stuck one day. Just people just started calling me. This is back when Mrs. Officer and Slow Down and what else did Bobby Valentino come out with? Like like all those songs were out and around that time, and it was in like high school. And people just started just calling me Bobby V one day, and I've never really acknowledged it until more so recently. Somebody, maybe some friends here and there would call me Bobby V, but I would never really acknowledge it. But then I just thought about it when I was, when I started streaming last year, when I wanted to jump into content and doing all that stuff, I was like, well, what's my name going to be? Like, what's my alias, all that stuff. And I was like, why not Bobby V? Let's go with it. Let's roll with it. And it just kind of sticks. I don't know, because nobody's really going to call me Robert V. Nobody's going to call you Rob. Like, you got to have some kind of a name. You got to have something that, seems a little bit catchy. So rolled with it, and here we are.
Okay. It's not bad. It's a good explanation because I never knew where it came from. I literally thought it was, when I seen the name Bobby V, I'm like, Bobby V, a great artist. And I looked, I'm like, wait, this isn't Bobby V. So definitely understandable now. How did you become a partner? How did you become a part of Madden Live?
So one more funny thing really quickly about that. So I know we're going to talk about it probably in a little bit. I'm sure it's probably going to be one of your questions, but we'll talk about Boss Bot Wars, I'm sure, in a little bit. But they actually had Bobby V trending on Twitter this past weekend, and I had to click on it because I'm just generally curious, and a lot of the comments and the tweets on there were like when somebody's trending, the first thing they want to make sure is that they didn't pass away. They like post that GIF on there to make sure that the Denzel GIF,
Yeah.
make sure they didn't pass away. There was a bunch of that on there, and then they were like, "Damn, I thought Bobby Valentino dropped a new album." But we could talk more about that in a little bit. But you mentioned Madden Live, so I am actually not a part of the Madden Live thing. So I did join. J-Dub reached out to me a little while ago. I am a part of the OG network right now. You'll see it in my stream when it's on there. I am actually not a part of Madden Live. I have not been contacted about it. It's not something that I am in. Is it something I would like to be a part of eventually? Probably, yeah. Obviously the viewership is through the roof. I know some people aren't a fan of Madden Live. Some people are. Some people could care less. But I am not a part of it yet. I don't know if I ever would be. I'm kind of, I'm somewhere on the outspoken kind of the fence sometimes when it comes to the game and somewhere in the higher up, the hierarchy of the Madden system.
Right.
So I don't know if I'll ever get the invite. Would I like to? Sure, but I am not actually currently a part of it right now.
Okay, so for Mr. Anonymous, there's your answer because I don't watch the Madden Live list, so I didn't know. But that's one of the questions that someone had for you. um, Now, well, let me see now because that throws off my other question now because I was piggybacking off that question thinking that they knew what they were talking about.
You're good. You're good.
Um, okay, so let's go to the OG network part. Who addressed you? I know I heard you mention J Dub. Is that who approached you to become a part of OG network, and how did that happen?
Yeah, so I've been in, kind of constant contact with, J Dub and Duffy, among some other people for, the last little while now. Nothing more than just, kind of casual conversation. But yeah, J Dub approached me. I don't even know how long ago now, maybe a month or two, maybe 3 months now. Honestly, my timeline's kind of all foggy right now. But yeah, reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to be part of OG Network. It ended up being part of kind of a bigger, I guess, offer or whatever you want to call it, because I'm now currently managing or trying to work on managing the current OG Network competitive team. Because as you mentioned Madden Live previously, and I think we can all say that we only a lot of the OG Network people are just Madden live streamers. They're good Madden players, but are you going to see them competing up against like J Wall and Pavin anytime soon? Probably not. So J-Dub reached out to me and wanted me to try to start to put together an OG Network competitive team. I've definitely been doing that. It's one of the many hats that I wear currently. I'm currently dealing with a lot right now, while also trying to be a competitor myself. There's a lot going on. Me and you were talking about it before you went live. The Madden Classic going on this week, so trying to juggle the Classic right now. We got draft champions coming up, trying to keep look out and recruit more people for the OG Network competitive team. But we did actually manage to get a couple, myself and 5 other players, as part of 2 teams for the Pittsburgh Knights tournament that just came out. The Pittsburgh Knights 3-on-3 crew versus crew tournament. So we managed to get 2 teams of 3 apiece, so 6 altogether as a part of that. But yeah, it's kind of like my role right now, I guess, within the OG Network.
Okay, now now that you mentioned the OG Network, I guess you could say the team like you guys are putting together. Who outside of that you've already picked would you say is eligible, or would you say could possibly be a part of that team?
Well, there's really nobody specific. I mean, I would say that there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, anybody's eligible. I mean, anybody that I can find and recruit is eligible. A lot of people a lot of people are already in crews. A lot of people you have to figure out and figure out who's talking to who. Some people might not seem like they're part of a crew, but they are part of a crew. It's all part of just kind of figure it all out. So I'm definitely my eyes are always peeled. I'm always trying to figure out who we can definitely recruit and try to continuously, because like I said, when you think of competitive Madden, you're thinking of 818, you're thinking of TNC, you're thinking of EMB. There's not really. I think those are really kind of like your 3 main people that you think of right now. There's definitely some lower level crews that are starting to kind of work their way up and start to get their name out there and get their name known. But you definitely, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I don't think when you think of OG Network, you think of competitive Madden, and that's definitely going to be a goal of mine to definitely find some of the best and some of the most competitive players out there. So we're definitely looking at anybody that fits the bill, anybody that's competitive and really good at Madden is definitely somebody that we're looking for.
All right, all right. Let's see. Why do you think you were picked to be a part of OG Network?
Why do I think I was picked to be a part of OG Network? Without trying to sound, I never want to sound like too full of myself. I'm very, I would like to think I'm a little bit humble, but I think that, J-Dub saw a huge portion of the grind that I've been going through this past year. I haven't been doing this very long. This is not even, not even a year and a half now I've been streaming. I started off, back in late 2019, like October 2019, I think. Back when Madden 20 came out, I had started on Facebook Gaming. Facebook Gaming was okay, but I didn't want to stay there long term, so I jumped over to Twitch, started YouTube, started TikTok, started doing all these other platforms, and just the grind has been crazy right now. And I think that a lot of people have noticed that, have taken notice of that. And yeah, now we're trying to get to Twitch partner. The viewership is up there. The numbers are kind of getting there. We're averaging close to, if not more than 75 viewers. So I feel like, my grind has definitely been well documented and, has been just noticed by a lot of people. And I would like to think that that's why, J-Dub reached out to me eventually and offered me the position at OG Network right now.
Okay, now as far as let's jump into the ebook world. Um, why do you think it's okay to drop ebooks?
Why do I think it's okay to drop ebooks? Okay, so younger me. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Younger me was definitely part of that crowd. That people that still exists today. That crowd that was like, yeah, you probably got to play off the internet and so on and so forth. And there's definitely a large part of that crowd today. A lot of people just want to casually relax, sit back. Maybe a long day at work and play Madden, and they got to worry about just getting hit with money play after money play. But that's really the world that we live in now. I mean, it's 2021. The internet is accessible for everybody, and even it's not even ebooks really. I tell a lot of people in my streams. Some people might be like, they might be younger. They might not want to be able to. They might not be able to afford it. They might not want to take some money from mommy and daddy and purchase an ebook. But I tell them, if you don't want to buy an ebook, just watch people. Literally, it's really not difficult if you keep an open mind and pay attention to everything that they're doing. You can pick up a lot of things just watching somebody streaming on Twitch or playing in a competitive Madden tournament game, whether it be on Players Lounge or the MCS or anything like that. But in terms of ebooks, I mean, yeah, you definitely need to know. I mean, no, I don't think anybody. I think a lot of people are capable of putting together their own schemes offensively and defensively, but when it comes to perfecting them and when it comes to really being able to compete at the highest level, you're more often than not going to have to seek out other people's ebooks. They're just the best plays in the game right now. They're just the best schemes in the game right now, both offensively and defensively. And you might be running something. You might be running gun bunch. You might be running trips tight end. You might be running 3-3-5, 3-3-5 Y, whatever. And you might think something, but those ebooks really kind of just open your eyes and make you realize what you may have been missing. And like I said, it's 2021. Everybody has access to internet. The chances of you not running into somebody, you're more likely to run into somebody that's been watching people on Twitch buying ebooks. You're more likely to run into that person than you're not.
Right. Okay. How bad do you want to win an MCS belt?
Say again, my bad.
How bad do you want to win an MCS belt?
How badly do I want to win? So I would love to win an MCS belt, right? I would love to. I mean, I think that's every competitive Madden player's, thing. Like I mean, that's what you strive for, right? But I can admittedly tell you, and I tell this to people on stream all the time. I just started doing this not too long ago. I just turned 30 in September. I'm not young. I'm getting up there in age a little bit. I'm 30 now, so I know. Yeah, I don't. Some people might not know that I'm 30. I would think the beard doesn't make me look like I'm 21, but like I'm 30, so I know that my window is not very wide open. I want to start. I want to keep doing the content thing, and really just I'm kind of more so focused on content these days than actually competing. But I'm still going to compete because I'm just competitive in nature. I want to compete no matter what. But I want to win a belt. I would love to win a belt. I don't know what my best chance and what game mode or what Madden it may be. But like I said, I'm still fairly new to the community. I don't act like I've been here for a very long time. I played Madden when I was younger. I watched Madden Nation. I watched the Bus. I watched everything with Gene and Problem and all them. But I kind of took a break from Madden for a little bit. I did my 4 years in the Air Force where I didn't even have internet, so I couldn't play Madden casually, much less competitively. So, I kind of had to do my own thing for life purposes for a little bit, but then I jumped back into it in Madden 20. Jumped right back into it, made the Eagles Club Final Four. Unfortunately, lost to Henry, and then I realized, what? Like maybe I can actually compete in this. Maybe I'm not, completely washed. Maybe I can actually compete a little bit, and I think I can hang with some of the big names out there. Whether or not I can beat them, it's in Madden sometimes it's any given day, but I definitely think I will. I don't want to talk down on myself. I don't think I'll fall short, but I definitely know that my window is a lot more closer to being closed than a lot of these other young people out there. You got your Jay Walls, you got your Wesleys, Pobbins, D. Croft, Kivs. You got all these guys out there that are just significantly younger than me and that are going to enjoy playing Madden for a much longer time than I probably am.
All right. Well, before we get to the next question, I do want to say thank you for your services because that's definitely something I couldn't do.
I
So,
appreciate it.
um, if you had to choose between, well, you kind of just went over that, but I'm gonna ask anyway. If you had to choose between winning a belt or entertaining the viewers, which one would you pick?
I would probably take the belt. I mean, I still think I'd be able to. I think that like the social media stuff and the entertainment stuff will always be there. Like, and I think if I could guarantee myself a belt, I would take the belt 1,000% because I can continue to do YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff like before, during, and after. But I would definitely take the belt. I'm way too competitive to say anything else. Like I said, I'm very competitive at the end of the day. People watch me on stream and people might not like my attitude sometimes because I, I'm very competitive. I get mad losing games of Madden. If I think that I'm better than you in a game of Madden and I lose, I get mad. I go at it with the chat sometimes because you got the trolls that come in and they want to give you, they want to give you grief. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse in here. I'm gonna say they give you grief.
Oh no, you're
Um,
definitely allowed to curse. It's the hot seat.
but all right, well they give you shit, and I go back and forth with the trolls all day and night because I don't like to lose. And one of my biggest pet peeves as a streamer is people that come into your chat and tell you how you're supposed to react to the game that
Right.
you're playing, to the game that
Right.
you're streaming. They tell you how you're supposed to react, which I think is just mind-numbingly stupid. So I'm very competitive. So absolutely, I would definitely take the belt over the entertainment.
Okay. Why do you wear the headband?
So the headbands are always a popular topic, and they're always here. By the way, I actually gotta watch a couple of these. I ain't gonna lie to you, but the headbands are always here. The headbands are a staple of kind of something that's become like my thing in the Madden community, and we made emotes on them. You put the headband on. I always wear the headband during weekend league. I almost always wear the headband during weekend league because it's just you wear the headband when it gets sweaty, and Madden gets very sweaty sometimes. I wore the headband. I wore a headband and I ordered a George Mason jersey. I don't know if you remember the George Mason run, the college basketball Cinderella run from like maybe like 15 years ago. Like I ordered that just specifically for clubs. I rocked the headband. I rocked the George Mason jersey. Like that was fun. Like I think you gotta be able to entertain a little bit. I think the headband is part of the entertainment value. People love to see you. People have different ways of enjoying watching people play Madden. Some people like to watch people laid back, relaxing, engaging with the chat, which I do on a fairly regular basis. But they also want to see you locked in and sweating your life away, playing weekend league, playing whatever it is that you're playing. And so that's why we wear the headband. We wear the headband. I feel like when I play the headband, I have to lock in a little bit more because I can't slack off when I wear it. And also, I'm not going to take the beanie off right now. This is fairly well-known knowledge. I mentioned it on Bot Wars over the weekend, but my hairline it has been pretty jacked up for the last little while now. Madden has day by day been taking my hairline away. Probably pretty close to going the WRCC route and going bald pretty soon. And the headbands may or may not hide a little bit of a receding hairline, like right along this little area right here.
Right, right.
So anything to make it look good. I'm rocking the what was it? I think Dubby coined it, not coined it, but Dubby said it the other day during the podcast. It's the struggle cut. It's the struggle cut. I still go with the struggle cut every day. My girl does not want me to shave my hair. I don't want to shave my hair. I don't want to be bald yet. I'm not ready for that yet. I was bald when I was in the military. I didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it. I don't want to do it again. But my hairline is fighting father time right now. So we'll see how much longer it's gonna last. But no, yeah, for the most part though, we rock the headbands just for the entertainment purposes. And like I said, I promise people that when we eventually hit Twitch partner, I want to definitely get some merchandise, and headbands are definitely right at the top of that list.
Okay. Now it's called the hot seat for a reason because I ask the hard questions and the questions that people don't want to answer.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you feel about your mama after the Aiden situation, or are you over it?
Oh, I'm over it. I'm over it. One thing people will come to learn about me, and if, like I said, I'm still fairly new to the community, so I know, me and your mama went back and forth, and one thing he'll come to learn about me, one thing a lot of people will come to learn about me is I get over things right away. I have a good memory. I don't forget, but like at the same time, I do forget. And the same thing goes with the game of Madden. I might get mad, I might get pressed over a game of Madden, but in 5 minutes, I'm over it. I just feel like, and I'll tell you, I don't shy away from anything. I told you before we went live, I don't shy away from anything. I just didn't really like the way that he went about the Aiden situation. And Aiden, and I know that Aiden responded and said that he was more upset with the way that Yo Mama reacted to K-Mac than anything else, or the way, some of the things that he said about K-Mac than anything else. But in my opinion, I think Aiden was still a little bit too young to know when somebody's kind of being a little bit toxic toward him. He's a good kid. I think he's a good kid. He's super entertaining. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. I think he just doesn't know when somebody's kind of more or less being a dickhead,
Right.
if I could be honest.
Right.
And so I didn't really like the way that he kind of went about it, and I called him out on it. He doesn't know me from a cup of coffee. I didn't know him from a cup of coffee, but he called me out on it. I called him out on it. I said my piece. He said his piece. And like I said, I'm over it now. But I politely told him, I said, if you would ever like to, whether it's on your neck of the woods, I think he's from the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm ever down your neck of the woods, if you're ever down my neck of the woods on the East Coast, we could go jump in a boxing ring. We could go a couple of rounds. Other than that, I'm good. I'm good. But my biggest issue is that, like I said, I haven't been here very long, right? I don't claim to have been here very long. I don't claim to have known, I don't claim to know everything about everybody. But I saw it on Twitter, right? And I saw a bunch of people talking about like the Aiden situation first. And I saw people saying like, oh, I can't believe so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. And before not even being here that long, not even being in this community that long, I already knew who said it. I already knew who made the video. That's how I know that I don't think you are the best person in my opinion. If I already know and I don't know you very well that you were the person that made the video, that you were the one like saying the dumb shit, chances are I don't know. I just feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I'm not really a big fan of his character.
Okay, now I talked to him about the situation, and I asked him how he would feel about doing a podcast with you two on, and he said he would love it. Now, what you guys would talk about, that would be between you. But if I was able to somehow, because I'm new to this podcast stuff, so far I'm only knowing how to get one person on the camera. If I was able to get two, would you be willing to go on a podcast with him to talk to him?
I'll be honest with you, and I'll look into the camera and say right now, I really don't have much to say to him.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
I appreciate the offer from you and him, but I don't really have much to say to him other than
Okay.
what I just said 5 minutes ago.
No, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I figured you would say that, so that's perfectly fine with me. I mean, that's just something that we talked about. How would you feel if you made Twitch partner?
Twitch partner would be awesome. Twitch partner, I mean, Twitch would be kind of like that, that realization that everything that I've been grinding for the last, year and a half. Not even really. It's been a little over a year, I think, on Twitch since I switched from Facebook gaming. But I feel like given that I was pretty much a relatively nobody a year and a half ago in the Madden community, that that would just be awesome. That would be awesome to make Twitch partner. I've been grinding for it for a while now. We applied once already, but I know that most people don't get in on the first application, so I got denied. Gonna reapply again soon because I'm pretty sure we still have the numbers that you need to apply again, but I
Right.
wanted to hold off a little bit longer, see if I can maintain those numbers because that's what they hit me back with. They were just basically like, reapply. We want to make sure that you can maintain the numbers that you had before you applied the first time. And obviously, they want you to keep those numbers by yourself. Like they don't want you to get hosted or rated because obviously those aren't all your viewers. So I took the challenge. I'm like, you know what, we could do that. We could get 75 plus without a host. I feel like, um, but yeah, when I hit Twitch partner, it'll definitely be kind of just a continuous culmination of everything that's been going on this year. I mean, it's been a pretty sweet grind. It's been pretty awesome. I didn't think I'd be able to do as much or get as much done as I have in the past calendar year. And seeing everything that's happened, especially in the past week. I don't know if you were gonna, if we were gonna go that route and talk about it or not, but it's just been crazy. Everything that's been happening in the past couple weeks.
Okay. Now I will touch on that. But as far as the Twitch partner, I've heard that you have to turn off your host and what is it, rates? So I just want to have you turned off the host and rates.
So I haven't. I reached out to Twitch actually because that was part of the response to me was saying that we want to make sure that you can hold your own viewership and maintain the numbers that you have right now. So I reached out and I said, hey, and they gave me like the dumbest answer ever. I don't even know if I can find it on my phone right now, but I reached out to them. I said, hey, like, do I need to turn off my raids and host right now to be able to still get the numbers, keep the numbers, and then apply again? Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you take all that into account? Do I need to just turn everything off? And then they just gave me like some like bullshit reply, just not giving me an answer. So I'm gonna keep it on. I mean, because the way I look at it, um, they should be able to keep track of your numbers before you get a host or review, or host or a raid, excuse me. Um, and every time you get a host or a raid, you get new followers, and those new
Right.
followers might want to watch you next time you go live. So why would I turn it off?
Right. Now, from what I've heard, from another partner, they said that you can turn the raids off but keep the host on. So basically, when someone hosts you, the person that who hosted you, the viewer would they can still watch you, but they would have to
Yeah.
click on your stream. That way, it gives you the viewer when they click onto your stream. So I mean, it's just something to think about.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm nowhere near that. So it's just something that I've heard from other people that has had the same problem that you've had with getting denied first and with the viewership. So
I got you. I
just something
appreciate the
to.
suggestion. I do.
Oh yeah, no problem. So let's talk bot wars. Let's talk about from the invitation to the. A lot of people were like, Bobby V is out. He's not going to win this game. To you coming back against was Deliverance, right?
Yeah. First game was Deliverance in the preliminary round.
Now, how run walk me through that game of what you were thinking when you were down 24-7?
Okay, so I gotta before I even touch on that game, like Bot Wars was just fucking incredible. Like Bot Wars was so much fun. Like sometimes Madden, I think we can both attest. Madden can be a grind sometimes. It could be a mental grind sometimes. It could definitely test your patience and
Definitely.
your wherewithal. And I had more fun this past weekend playing Madden than I've ever had playing Madden, and I would even put it up there saying playing any video game. Like the level of just entertainment of it all, like the chat was on fire, Twitter was on fire, everything was just on
Right.
fire. Like I haven't had that much fun in a pretty long time, and that was actually squeezed in between the Madden Classic this weekend too, and I was already exhausted from playing that. So, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I definitely can't wait to be back. But going up against Deliverance, so I was down right before halftime. I think it was. I was down 24-7, and I chucked a bomb right before halftime, got in field goal range. I wanted to try to get 7, obviously, but you got to play the long game. So I got 3 right before halftime, was down 24-10 at halftime. Deliverance still gets the ball back. So, like, realistically, all he has to do is maybe get a couple first downs, chew some clock. He doesn't even have to score points, just chew a little bit of clock and just keep me, on the run. Um, and I think the first, going into halftime, I was just like, all right, I have a game plan. I didn't change much in my game plan. I really didn't. I just kind of I tried to adjust a little bit quicker because I know he was quick snap me a little bit here and there, and I did make some adjustments to covering certain things in the flat and maybe cross manning a couple people up, but I don't. When it's a game like that, if it's like a weekend league or if I'm just playing like a head-to-head season game on stream, I admittedly can be a little bit like like dejected and just be like, all right, you know what, fuck this game. Like I'm probably gonna lose. I'll tell the chat like I lost to this fucking idiot, so on and so forth. But like
Right.
Bot Wars, I was locked in. Like I might have capped a little bit, I might have complained a very little bit, but like for the most part, I was locked in. Like I was not taking.
You never closed your eye. I think you probably blinked 10 times that whole game.
They had a poll in the chat like asking like how many times like over or under was I gonna blink on like any like specific drive because like I was just like just locked in. And it was funny though. I went back and rewatched the streams and it was just comedy. Like it just like being a viewer watching it and rewatching the whole thing was just like just comedy. But so yeah, so we clutched up. We got a stop right away, and it was bad. Like I think like Deliverance tried to pass the ball like 2 out of those 3 downs like right out of halftime, and he took like maybe 20 seconds off the clock. Like and 5-minute quarters. Like we're already we got 9.5 minutes now. Let's go to work. And
Right.
I remember I was spouting it off nonstop in the chat. I was like, this is game management. A little bit. I was a little bit in the bag, and I was drinking beers in between Deliverance and Joel's game. I know they were calling me like 2 beer Bob or some shit like that, but I had 2 beers before that game even started. Like and I don't really drink much anyway, so I probably am a little bit of a lightweight these days. But I had 2 beers before that game, and I'm still drinking in between that game and then my game and Deliverance's game. But I'm just spouting off at the mouth. I'm like, game management. We're gonna get out of bounds. We're gonna wait till the play clock gets to 15, and we're gonna keep. I'm just spouting off all types of bullshit right now. Just trying to keep everybody entertained because that's really what it was. For me at the end of the day with like Bot Wars, like win or lose, people are gonna cap at you in the chat. Like people are gonna call you a fucking idiot if you're still capping down like 14 points. Like, they're gonna call you all types of names, and I'm cool with that. I can live with that. But like I want it to entertain, win or lose or draw. At the end of the day, so I wanted to fight for damn sure, and we definitely did. But I wanted to entertain no matter what. So I was calling Deliverance all types of fucking idiots and dickheads and shit throughout the whole fucking game. And we came back. We came back from right before halftime all the way up until the end of the fourth quarter. 17 straight points, tied it up 24-24, and then Deliverance. I think what was it? No, I got the ball back one more time in regulation, and I threw a dot to like the 41-yard line, I think it was. Tried to call a timeout. The clock expired right when I tried to call a timeout. Didn't have enough time left, but then Deliverance got ball first in overtime. Bagged them again, first and second down, and then he threw a pick on third down, got right field goal range, and the rest was history. So that's kind of how the legend started, how the legend was born. I was turned all the way the fuck up, and I haven't told anybody this actually, and I don't know if I could even show you right now, but so my dumb ass, I don't know if you could even like show it or clip it. Probably you're probably gonna get like a copyright strike if you try to, but afterward, I don't know if you had watched it, but I went ape shit. I was screaming in the mic, I'm screaming in the camera, like you fucking idiot! I told you were gonna throw a book, all this shit, and so I got up and I pushed the fucking chair over.
I saw that. I saw that.
So I don't know what I hit, or I don't know what angle the chair landed on, or some shit like that. But one of my wheels fucking popped off. So I don't know if you can see it right now. Like the chair's a little wobbly. One of the fucking rolly wheels popped off of this motherfucker. It's broken now. Look at this shit. It's just leaning forward now. Like I don't know if you saw it earlier, right before you went live. I like fucking leaned forward. I almost like fucking stumbled and shook the camera because I thought I was gonna fucking fall.
Hey, but that's a moment you can always go back on and notice. Like I broke this chair after a great comeback against Deliverance.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't want to pick the chair up right now and show it to the camera. But yeah, it's busted. I almost fucked the
um,
wall. I almost fucked the wall up too because like this part, the headpiece almost went right into the wall. I was like, man, let me not put a hole in my fucking wall playing a game of Madden.
yeah, that was definitely a great game. Shout out to Debbie for putting on Bot Wars.
I
As
don't
you were
fucking-
down, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, this is some bullshit. Where was my invitation to Bot Wars? Bobby B's losing 24/7. I beat him before, and then you came back, and I'm like, okay, well, this is why he's on Bot Wars. This is why he whooped my ass the second time, because this is where he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
um,
no.
it was a great performance. I loved it. I watched the whole thing. I usually don't watch a lot of Bot Wars because I try to stream myself and
Yeah,
do what I got to do. But once I seen that it was you playing, I was like, I gotta watch Bobby V play. I gotta watch this game because I felt like Deliverance didn't have a chance from the beginning after seeing you play. And I was, there's no way Deliverance is, gonna win this game after playing. I believe who did he play? I forgot who he played first.
he played Joel, and that's why I said like playing like watching him and Joel play. That's why I was drinking in between that game because one, it was boring as shit, and two,
Definitely,
like, they were playing a pretty sloppy game.
yes.
I wasn't playing the bet like offensively. I was pretty good against BG in the first round. Defensively, I definitely could have been better, but like offensively, like I felt like I would have been fine against Joel or Deliverance. But yeah, no, it was a good game. Deliverance is crazy good. Three-time or four-time I think Steelers champ, club champ, and no, it was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game. He definitely choked it, and we talked. I talked to everybody that I played in Bot Wars over the weekend. Deliverance, BG, Bose, and Jaybird, and like we all, it's all love. At the end of the day, that's what it needs to be understood. Like, yeah, there was some cap there. Yeah, there was some yelling, calling each other some fucking names and shit. But it was a
More
lot of
Madden.
fun. Yeah, at the end of the day, it was all a game, and it was for pure entertainment. And I'm glad everybody was entertained by it.
Okay, now Rage, because I got some clips from
Yeah, I
seeing
know
you
you do.
raging. Where does the rage come from? Besides Madden, is it an entertainment thing? Is it a full on? I'm pissed off right now because you're known as a rage streamer through some people. So where does it come from?
It's definitely not something that I do on purpose. I can admit that. Like I would, I don't know. I don't know if it would be worse if I said it was like legitimate rage or if it was just for entertainment. I don't know which would be worse, but
Right.
no, I definitely get angry playing the game. I'm very, like I said, I'm very competitive. If I feel like I'm losing to somebody that I shouldn't lose to, or if I'm just getting completely hoed, which happens to all of us playing Madden, I get irritated. Throw-out sacks are awful this year. Like I play people that have like fucking 18 double or nothings on their defensive line, and I have like zero point 0.7 seconds to throw the ball. Like I get fucking irritated. I actually lost to somebody a couple days ago off stream. I was just trying to play a game and for gameplay, and I lost to somebody 3-0. I lost the game 3-0. This dude had on I think like three double or nothings, and he was in like the nickel 2-4-5. I think like the one where they're in like the 2-point stance and just getting crazy rushes off the edge,
Right.
and I had no time to throw the ball. I threw 4 interceptions. This dude couldn't move the ball. The only reason he got 3 points is because one of the interceptions I threw was in my own side of the field. And I lost that game. Like, I was fucking furious. If I was on stream, I would have been yelling at everybody. Like, but that's the thing is that's when everybody, all the people that are just sitting there, just like eating popcorn or watching fucking Law and Order SVU, whatever the fuck they're doing while they're watching me play Madden, they're just they're just there waiting. They're waiting for that moment, and it's not
Right.
just me. They wait for you to get irritated, and then they
Right.
pounce. They
Yep.
wait for you to get mad, and then they pounce. All those Twitch trolls in there. You're fucking awful. You suck. Like I'd smoke you. You stink. They sarcastically say dot when you throw a book.
Oh man, I
I
know
get
the
so mad.
feeling.
It gets me really turned up really quickly. And yeah, no, it's definitely authentic. It's definitely authentic. I'll go back and rewatch some of it sometimes, and I know that you've put a couple of them in your videos, and I go back and I get mad at myself for even getting that angry. But like I don't. I'm not gonna say I regret anything, because I don't say anything out of line. I'll call if I'll call somebody an idiot if they say some stupid shit in my chat, but I don't really
Right.
regret anything I say or do because I legitimately get mad at the game. I'm competitive.
Of
I
course.
feel like if you don't get upset at something that you're competitive in or play or do whatever with, like you just don't care to win or you don't care if you lose. Like, and with the amount of time that I spend playing this game, doing content for, recording, streaming, yeah, this game will drive anybody crazy. This game will drive the most sane person crazy. So yeah, I'm entitled to get a little bit irritated, and I definitely do, and it's definitely pretty authentic.
Right. Now, for the little streamers like myself and others, what would you say? I guess to say help you pull in views. What do you think that people like myself or others? I mean, well, I don't know. I know for me, I play Call of Duty. I'm a Madden community person, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So they don't really care about Call of Duty. For the people that play Madden and they can't bring in the viewers, what would you say to them that they should probably try doing?
So I get this question a lot, and I'll give you the same answer I give everybody else, and some of it will be a little bit more like complex. Some of it will just be things you hear all the time. But like number one is you just have to be consistent. Now, above all else, you need to be happy with what you're doing, right? If you're going to be a Madden streamer, and I think people for the most part, you need to be a little bit, known, and you have to get some time in before you can like become a variety streamer and things like that. Because like nobody's going to want to watch you jump from game to game in the beginning, and that's just the natural fact of it, unfortunately. Um, but like eventually when I hit Twitch Partner, that's kind of my goal. When I hit Twitch Partner, like I want to be able to stream other games because let's be honest, like 90% of my viewers only want to watch me play Madden. Some might want to watch me go play 2K. Like I want to boot up some games, playing in the rec with my buddies all the time, but it's going to mess up my average numbers and things like that. So I can't do it right now. But once I hit Twitch Partner, I'm gladly going to boot up any game that I want, seem fit to. But like right now, whatever game that you play the most, grind that game, be consistent. I know that's going to be like one of the number one things that you hear for advice for a new streamer is be consistent. Stream constantly. If you have a streaming schedule, give your viewers a streaming schedule. And number one for me personally is get a webcam. Get a webcam. It doesn't have to be great. I don't know if I can pull my other one over here. I got like the Logitech, like the C922 one over here. Get this one. It's like maybe $80, I think, for the C922. But like for me, I want to see the person who's streaming. That's just my preference. I think most people want to see the person that's, streaming and playing a game. Very few people can pull off the mysterious, I don't have a face, but people watch me play anyway. Like G Maya, like it's crazy how he can pull in like, and props to him, like shout out and respect to him. Like the dude pulls in mad viewers and nobody knows what he looks like. Dude has never had, I don't think his YouTube videos have his face in it. Like it's just him talking his audio. And no, like it's not like me trying to cap at him or anything. Like it's impressive. It's really impressive. But outside of like him, you don't really see too many people do that because they want to see, the person that they're watching.
Right.
Another tip that I would give everybody is utilize every. I cannot say this enough. I say it to everybody all the time, and I said it this past week with everything that happened. Utilize every social media that you have at your disposal. I cannot say that anymore. Use everything. Use Facebook. Use Twitter. Use Instagram. Use TikTok. TikTok right now. I know TikTok's not for everybody. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people are older. I'm a little bit older, and sometimes I'm still trying to figure out how to work goddamn TikTok. Some people might not want to load up TikTok, and the first thing they see is like a 14-year-old girl shaking their ass because that's what half of the app is, unfortunately. But TikTok right now is crazy for views, right? I think a lot of people that come to watch me play Madden right now, they will tell you that they saw me first on TikTok. I took just daily clips of me playing Madden. I might post the brand new MUT cards that come out and put them on TikTok. Like I just post a lot of things on TikTok, and a lot of people would ask me, what do you stream on? What do you everything connects at the end of the day, right? Everything. So like in my bios on all my social medias, like I have my link tree in there. My link tree has everything one click away. It's got my Twitch, my Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I don't even know if there's anything that I'm missing right now, but like it's got everything in there.
Snapchat.
And everything connects. Everything connects to each other one way or the other. At the end of the day, for me, long term is obviously the Twitch views and the YouTube. I want people to watch both of them. So like I might post a thumbnail from my Instagram or a thumbnail from my YouTube video on Instagram and be like, hey, new video is up. Check out my YouTube link in the bio or something like that. Like everything connects one way or the other. So if you're a content creator and you're not utilizing every social media platform that you possibly can, you're not doing it right. That's like the best advice I can give you. Use everything that you have at your disposal. And right now, TikTok is a gold mine for views. And people will want to see something. If you post it, if I post a clip of me getting agged by Randy Moss right now and screaming and want to put my controller through the fucking wall, they're gonna want to watch that whole YouTube video, or they might want to come watch me play Twitch one day.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that? Go make a TikTok.
Occasionally, I'll do a dance with my girl. Occasionally, I'll do a dance with my girl. I won't do one by myself, but I'll do one with her.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw the Christmas one. Let's see. Any questions or anybody that you would like to call out since it is the hot seats?
Call out, like play a game of Madden, or just call out and just be like go
Anything.
WWE style promo. Like, I don't like you, man. Like, what are we going with here?
Exactly. Either one. Playing them in Madden, somebody you don't like.
Oh man, I don't know. See, here's my biggest issue. I'm like, I'm a hothead when there's time to be a hothead, right? Like, and I need to have a reason to cap at somebody, right? So I
Right.
can't force it. I can't force it. But there are definitely people that I want to play. In the Madden community, off the top of my head, I can't think of one right now. Damn, you got me on the spot here. I was pretty good all the way through. You kind of got me on the spot now. Damn, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna just throw one out there. If you have to play against Problem, have you played against Problem?
I have played against Problem, and this wasn't his fault. I don't blame him for this. Let me just say that really quickly. Last time I played Problem, it was a head-to-head season game. I think it was my Super Bowl actually in head-to-head seasons, and somebody on his stream DDoSed me, and it's it sucks, but people have done it to people that I play on my stream, and I hate that. That's why I got to start like hiding people's gamer tags when I play them. I just don't want to because people want to see who you're playing sometimes. But yeah, somebody in Problem stream definitely DDoSed me, so I don't know if I've ever played a full game against Problem. But yeah, we could put his name in there.
Okay.
Get a full game in finally.
Okay. Okay.
Not DDoS me this time.
Well, I mean, that pretty much sums up the podcast. It was great having you on. You
I
know,
appreciate
keep
you having me,
keep the
man.
grind, keep everything. It's amazing watching you play, and I'm hoping to see you win that belt
Yes,
before
sir, man.
we turn 40 because I'm 31, so I know how old I know the age hits.
I mean, it'd be crazy to win like a belt and like bring my social security check up there at like 55.
Oh
Nah,
my
man.
goodness.
I appreciate it, man. Like I said, man, if you guys aren't watching, man, like seriously, check out the podcast, man. Super happy with everything you've been doing too, man. Been really appreciating and watching these episodes, man, and can't wait to see who else you bring on.
No problem. Appreciate it.
All right, my guy.
All right, take it easy.